You ate, you ate what? Test. The story begins when I was living in Mongolia around 2002. I lived in a small town of about 3,000 people in the far northeast, about 100 kilometers from Russia and from China, on the Great Mongolian Steppe that was only kind of rolling hills with few trees, pretty much as far as the eye could see. All right. I had been teaching English in a high school for about a year when the other American that had lived there before me came for a visit. He also worked at the same high school, so after a few days of hanging out with old friends and with the school teachers, it was kind of time for him to go, right? We were saying our goodbyes in front of a Jeep with a group of Mongolians when he started up a conversation with one of the Mongolians that I couldn't quite catch, okay? I asked what they were talking about in Mongolian, and my friend kind of laughed and said they were taking me to a festival the next day. So we finished our goodbyes, and after my friend had left, I asked the Mongolian, what kind of festival is it? He simply laughed and said, "You'll see." So the next morning, a group of Mongolians picked me up before dawn. As I got into the Jeep, the kind of strong smell of vodka and cigarette smoke kind of hit my nose. And well, out there, everyone kind of drinks and drives, but it didn't seem like much of a problem because literally there are no trees or other cars there in the middle of nowhere, all right? You can't hit anything. So after a few hours of driving over kind of hills and non-existent roads, we made it to a pretty kind of sizable farm with large pens full of goats and sheep and cows. At this point, still a little confused about what we were doing, a Mongolian said, "Let's get to work." And we all kind of jumped out of the Jeep. We headed over to the animal pens, and I was told my job was to kind of help lift the animals out of the big pen and tell the next guy if kind of the animal was a boy or a girl, and then they would put it into a smaller pen kind of separated between male and female. So still a little confused, we finished up and I quickly realized what kind of festival it was. Testicles. Okay, so it was a yearly testicle festival where most of the male animals are all castrated. I will save you all of the gory details, but after a few hours of work, all of the Mongolian men handed a big bowl of their work to the Mongolian women, and we went inside to kind of relax and drink more vodka, kind of thinking that the worst of the festival was over, right? After another hour or so of talking and drinking, kind of the smell of food was coming from the kitchen, and I realized I had barely eaten all day and was starving, right? So finally, a few bowls were kind of brought out from the kitchen, smelling delicious and kind of covered with steam, when I suddenly realized, well, all was not well, okay? Kind of through my empty stomach and kind of drunk head, I quickly realized, well, it was time to eat our hard work, okay? If any of you have seen Indiana Jones 2, the dinner scene, it felt a bit like that, okay? In the center of the table was placed kind of a long boiled bull testicle, kind of neatly sliced, and it looked a bit like kind of raw squid, okay? A bowl was placed in front of me, and as the steam kind of cleared, my eyes kind of focused in, Floating in my soup was goat and sheep testicles, and they kind of looked like eyeballs from a horror movie, okay? I never felt my body kind of argue with itself so much. My eyes were saying, no, 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 right? But my stomach was just like, I'm starving, eat it, eat it. And kind of finally my vodka-soaked brain kind of broke the tie, thinking, what the hell, why not? Eat it, do it. So I closed my eyes and kind of quickly spooned the balls up into my mouth. And to my surprise, not too bad. Chewy, but not too bad. Though I did eat a lot of it with my eyes closed, so there was that. The bull testicles weren't bad either. Had a texture a little bit like seafood, and I understand now why American cow ranchers in the Southwest, they eat them and they call them Rocky Mountain oysters, okay? Anyway, at the end of the day, I had a full stomach and a good story to tell and a great day, all in all, so. And maybe the moral of the story is, if a Mongolian ever invites you to a festival, be sure to ask exactly what kind of festival is this. Hey guys, thanks very much for listening to my story. Hope you enjoyed it and found it a little bit funny, and hope it improved your listening a bit. If it was a bit difficult and you have any problems, I put the whole script of the story down below so you can read through the whole story as well, and then listen to it again to kind of help reinforce what you already heard, okay? Also, bonus question from my story. So, why do people in the Southwest in America call them Rocky Mountain oysters? If you know the answer, please put it in the comments down below. And our video on Friday with John, he will give you the answer. So please check that one out as well, okay? Great, thanks very much guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you have any questions or comments or ideas for videos, please put them down below as well in the comments, okay? So I'll see you in the next one, and thanks again. Bye guys.